Shalom Akim. Back out here once again. So can we get this up right here quickly? Alright, so we're back out here. Okay, it's time to get this word on, huh? This is Brother Naquan from YNS Naquan 144 out here in Wood Green, North London. Yeah, we're going to go straight into the prophecy. So, yeah, we're the Hebrew Israelites coming out here week in and week out, prophesy the downfall of this society, this kingdom. As today in the scriptures it's known as Great Babylon, okay, which is fit for death and destruction because of the wickedness that is portrayed on the earth even unto this day. Okay, so as we come here to prophesy downfall of this kingdom, okay, that prophesies only the scriptures, no other book, okay, mentions the mark of the beast, okay, mentions the death and destruction of America, okay, and its allies, as you know as the beast and what is it, the EU, okay, which is NATO, the dragon and the beast, okay, mentioned in the scriptures. Okay. So, when we give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yashai, double honours to the apostles and the elect of Israel, okay, which rule well under the banner of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim and the elect, pushing throughout the four corners of the earth. And yeah, keep pushing, man. I'm going to go straight into it. This is Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1. I'll stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Okay? Because the Most High sends his prophesy here, the real prophesy here, okay, like myself and the brothers out here pushing throughout the four corners of the earth, okay, and the guys of the Israelites, okay, which are the real Jews according to the Bible, you so-called Negro, Hispanic, Native American, and West Africans. Okay, you're the real Israelites according to the Bible. Okay, not those Ashkenaz Jews wrapped in Israel today. Okay, and now the big thing now is what is it? The big thing now that's coming out in the news is the fact that this truth coming out, the fact that we're the Israelites, anything said against the fake Jews, okay, which run the society, which actually is exposing the truth that we are the Israelites, they claim that to be anti-Semitic. But then how can you be anti-Semitic if Shem was one of Noah's sons, okay, in the scriptures? So how the hell can you be anti-Semitic if all you're saying is that we're the Shemites? That's because they understand that this mystery, okay, which have been hid from ages, the fact that you so-called Negroes, Hispanic, Native American, West Africans, okay, are the Israelites, not those people over there in the Middle East today. Okay? And Yahweh answered me and saith, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. And the vision is, and this destruction is coming, which the Most High Yahweh and his son being sent down here to perform, okay, to redeem our people. But only 1/3 of our people are going to make it out of this the second death. Okay? Because the elect have to govern the earth in order to regenerate the rest of the nation to rule the earth. Okay? So that's how it's going to work. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And that vision is not lying because it speaks today. Okay? It's speaking today. The fact that you see the truth of who the Israelites are according to the Bible, and you have people like Nick Cannon speaking out, okay, and they obviously had to subjugate his ass because he's a well-known person in this society. Okay, he has a voice because he has a big following, but the poor man doesn't have a voice. We'd be considered the poor man. Okay, so even though we speak the truth, because we are considered the poor man and Nick Cannon would be considered the rich man, they would listen to Nick Cannon. That's why he would be a problem Because if he was to come out and tell the truth, more people would follow him just under the guise of what he's done in this society. Okay, even today you have someone called, what is it? In the UK, you have someone called Wiley, which is a music artist. Even he's come out recently and exposed, and not, I wouldn't say exposed, but he's spoken and touched on the subject of us being the real Israelites. Okay, I think I've got some of what he's quoted here. So this mystery, which has been hidden for ages, is now being manifest through the saints. There you go. This is, what is it? This is the Guardian. It says here, Wiley, okay, the music artist, which you know under the grime scene, okay, first came out, he's the godfather of grime. Came out of what you call it, garage and whatnot like that. If you know about the grime scene, he's, what is it? He's well profound in the music industry, okay? So it says here, Wiley, okay? If you can see that, might be reversed when you see it on your screen, but it says Wiley accused of anti-Semitism after likening Jews, okay, but they're not the real Jews, they're Ashkenaz, okay, they're Amalekites, okay, they're from the top head tribe of Esau, which is Amalek, okay, the ones that said raise our foundations even to the ground, the ones that are promised no salvation according to the Most High, okay. Accused of anti-Semitism after likening the Ashkenaz Jews, Esau, to the Ku Klux Klan. Chart-topping grime rapper compares Jews to the Klux Klan as two sets of people who nobody has really wanted to challenge. But the reason why you cannot challenge the Ku Klux Klan and these Amalekite Jews is because they're the ones that rule and are profound in this society. That's the ones that the Most High has given the power to rule this earth. And it tells you in Job 9:24, which I'll get in a moment. So his comments came on the Twitter saying, chart-topping grime rapper and producer Wiley has made anti-Semitic comments on Twitter, but that's not anti-Semitic because he's from the line of Shem. He'd be a so-called Benjamin because his family come from Trinidad and Tobago, okay, which are the so-called West Indies, okay. Including a statement that places these Ashkenaz Jews alongside the Ku Klux Klan, which they are the same people because they're from the same lineage, they're from the same nation. Okay. It says here in a string of tweets because they're gonna demonize him and twist every type of word in order to make him look a certain way now. Okay. So when you read this in the Guardian, any truth that is spoken out in any of these publicized newspapers, they'll demonize you. That's the persecution. Okay, so we're in the time of persecution, the book of Acts. A string of tweets on Friday, he said, listen to me, Jewish community, Israel is not your country, I'm sorry. That's what Wiley said. So even Wiley understands that Israel is not the Ashkenaz Jews' country, that's our country. Okay, because we are the Israelites, according to the Bible, we're the real Israelites. The ones that came over on the slave ships. And the first slave ships came from Europe because we ruled Europe for over 1,000 years. Okay, but they don't teach that in your school systems. Okay, they don't teach that unless you go into that higher education. And you know about the Japheth wars and how we ruled Europe for 1,000. That's why they call it the Dark Ages, because it was dark people ruling, which are the Israelites. Okay, not Moors, because Moor just means dark skin. And the Moorish Empire was Israelites following under the Islam, religion. That's why you got niggas in Islam today not understanding that they have this in Islam longer than the freaking world, 400 years. Okay, so going back to this quote that Wiley said here, he said, listen to me, Ashkenaz boy, he said Jewish, but they're the Amalekite community. Israel is not your country, I'm sorry. It shouldn't be sorry, because he's telling the truth. Israel's not their country. Okay, it tells you in Galatians 6:24, That's 4:26. But Jerusalem, Galatians chapter 4 verse 26, but Jerusalem which is above is free, which is the mother of us all. Okay? So the mother of the Holy Land, which is Jerusalem, is our land. Okay, we don't come from Mother Africa like these Hamites. Okay? The mother of our land is Jerusalem. Okay? So obviously he's up to date and he understands that he's an Israelite. Wiley understands that he's an Israelite. Okay? he must be watching certain videos or come across this truth in some shape or form. Okay? He said the Star of David is our thing. Okay, and we used to rock the Star of David until it came to a point where people didn't really understand what the Star of David really meant. So they tried to link us with what it does, like the guise of what it doesn't mean, because these Ashkenaz Jews, they push the Star of David, but that's not their thing. But he understood that we are the ones that are the original ones that carry the Star of David. Okay, so if Wiley is up to date with what's going on and up to par on who the Israelites are, he understands that he's an Israelite. Okay. He said the Star of David, that's our thing. Some people have gotten too comfortable on lands that don't belong to them. Okay? And he's spoken too much truth, and that's why now they're going to come for Wiley, which is known, okay, in the grime industry, because now he's speaking out and saying that we are the real Jews. So soon they came after Nick Cannon, okay? They came basically after everyone that speaks out and tells any truth. Okay, about unveiling this mystery about who we are as a people, as a nation. Okay? He said some people have gotten too comfortable on lands that don't belong to them, and it tells you in the scriptures that a bastard shall dwell in Ashton. Okay, and a bastard is a people or someone that doesn't have a father. Okay, and the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, is not dealing with any of these nations. He's definitely not dealing with these Ashkenaz Jews that you see in Israel today. They are not the real Jews. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible. Okay, you can read Revelation chapter 9, chapter 2, verse 9. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Okay, it says here, he also wrote, Israel is ours. Okay, which goes back to the saying, what is it? Yahweh our Lord is one power. Okay, he's the father of us Israelites. Okay, apparently referring to the black community, but there's no such thing as a black community because we're Israelites, we're not blacks. Okay, if our people was to come up here and learn their nationality, they'll understand that we're not blacks or niggers or spics, yeah, or Hispanics or wetbacks or Latins. Okay, we're Israelites according to the Bible. Those names were put on us by our oppressors. Okay, when we was in cattle slavery. Okay, to put us away from our nationality. And now our people are waking up. Yeah, you even have Wiley, which is a grime artist. He's understanding that we are the actual Israelites. We're not blacks or Hispanics or Native Americans. Okay, those are bywords that were put on us. Okay, apparently referring to the Israelite community, later referring to his comments as he said, Black history lesson for today. Okay, because that is, if you really want to get technical and split hairs, that is really so-called black history. Because we're not blacks, we're Israelites. Okay. We're not Latins and whatnot. We're the root Israelites according to the Bible. We're the ones that went through the transatlantic slave trade, which was prophesied in Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 68. No other book speaks about it. Okay? It says here, they try to demonize him again. It says here, he also advanced on anti-Semitic trope that Jewish, but really Jewish is a suffix to pertain to. Okay? Because they want to be the real Jews. That's why they call themselves Jewish. Okay? Their Amalekite people control business interests, which they do, in an incidentary comparison with the Ku Klux Klan, because the Ku Klux Klan is made up with your governors, your police officers and whatnot. Okay, so they rule this society underneath the guise of the Ku Klux Klan. There are two sets of people who nobody has really wanted to challenge, and he's speaking the truth here, because nobody really wants to challenge the Ku Klux Klan or the Ashkenite Amalek Jews, which rule the society. And the reason why they rule the society, okay, is in Job 9:24. It says here there are two sets of people nobody has really wanted to challenge, Jewish and KKK, but being in business for 20 years, you start to understand why. It says here, this is what Wiley said here, rednecks and the KKK and Jewish people are the law, which obviously go under the guise of Esau, the Edomites, Amalek. Okay? Work that out, he added. If you work for a company owned by two Jewish men and you challenge the Jewish community, but they're not Jewish, we're the real Israelites, we're the real Jews. Okay? They just took that name to try and follow our customs, yeah? And to destroy our heritage. And the community anyway, of course you will get fired. So he understands, yeah, that there is a repercussion for speaking the truth. Okay? He understands that very well. He already knows that he will get fired or whatnot. He's already watched the defamation of Nick Cannon, because Nick Cannon came out and spoke and said that we are the real Israelites. Okay? Nick Cannon came out and professed the truth, and they made him apologize and grovel, okay, for his trinkets, okay, on live air with a false rabbi. Okay? Rabbi just means master of the law. So this is Job chapter 9 verse 24. This is the reason, okay, why they control so much. This is Job, the book of Job chapter 9. Verse 24. It says here, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay? So he already has stated that to these Ashkenaz Jews, they're Amalek Jews, they control society, they control the media, okay, and they control and govern the media, okay, they govern the society to a T. Okay, that's the reason why any of these so-called celebrities, if any of them was to step out and say that we're the Israelites, that's why they get persecuted, they get shown in the media as being the worst person in the world. But that's simply because they stood up and professed who we actually are. We're not blacks or Hispanics, we're actually the Israelites according to the Bible. Okay? But the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called Caucasian man. Okay? But it's not a colour thing, because lineage, the colour is just an indicator. Okay? It doesn't depict your lineage. Because you have a man by the name of Ryan Giggs, even though he looks Caucasian, he's an Israelite. So it's not about a colour thing, but it's about your lineage. But the top tier of the wicked today are the Edomites, the so-called Caucasians. Okay? Which John F. Blumenberg, he's the one that split up nations according to race. Okay? We cut off the faces of the judges thereof. Okay? And the faces of the judges are us Israelites. Because we're the ones that rule and judge the earth. We're the ones that judge the earth according to the law, which is the law, statutes, and commandments, which is the Torah, which is the Bible, which is the laws. Okay? But they cover the faces of the judges of the earth today. That's why they put up the face of everyone that's profound as themselves. Okay? The only people they don't want to be are themselves. They don't want to be Christopher Columbus. They don't want to be all these other people. But they pertain and call themselves after our people. Okay? They put themselves up as the kings and queens when we're the real money. Okay? They put themselves up as Beethoven and all these musical profound people when they're not. Okay? They're actually the wicked of the earth. This is from Psalms. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 5. It says here, gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. Okay? And the ones that made a covenant with the Most High by sacrifice is us Israelites, the so-called Negro, Hispanic, Native Americans, and West Africans, which we're called by today. Originally, we're the Israelites according to the Bible. We're the only ones that made a covenant with the Most High at Mount Seir, which today will be in the Middle East. Okay? In Psalms 149 and 4, 194 and 9. The book of Psalms chapter 194 and 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any other nation. The Most High is not dealing with any other nation on this planet Earth. That's the reason why we're the ones that went from the Translated state. We're the ones at the bottom of the society in every land you go to. That's why it doesn't really matter what color you are, because if you're an Israelite, you're going to be going through these calamities. You're going to be going through the curses in Deuteronomy. Okay, even in certain parts of India and whatnot, you have people called the cities for the good drugs. They're the ones that are Israelites. Even though they look Indian, they're actually Israelites. That's why it shows you that color is just an indicator. It doesn't depict who you are. It doesn't depict your lineage. Ryan Giggs is an Israelite, even though he looks like a Caucasian man. So it's not about color. Okay? Are you looking at the mark of the beast? Okay, you know about this here. You know, it's in the Bible, you know that. Now, shall I get it for you? Because you know about the vaccine that, what is it? The COVID-19 vaccine. Yeah, so basically, this mark of the beast here is going to be the chip. And they're going to try and implement the chip on these people out here. to try and get them, what is it, locked under in this government.
People no believe the people.
Exactly. But the first stage, exactly, because where you're from? Bulgaria. Yeah, you have our people that have ruled there. Okay, so you could be an Israelite, depending on, because you have the understanding. So even though you look like a Caucasian or you look like whatever, it's not about colour. Okay, but our people would think that because you're not a certain colour, that's where it is. But yeah, our people are aware of the chip and the marking of this. Okay, because our people are not, they're not understanding, especially the people out here, that the first stages to get people compliant is following these, the mask, wearing the mask. People don't understand that wearing a mask actually restricts you from breathing, because your body is supposed to breathe out carbon dioxide and take in oxygen. So when you have that mask on, but when you have the mask on for so long, you're restricting your breathing apparatus, you're restricting your respiratory system. Okay? But people don't understand that wearing that mask is for their downfall. Okay? Our people definitely they don't have any faith. They claim they go to church and whatnot, but they don't understand the Bible. Or they're into Islam. And they're definitely not going to understand the truth in these religions. Okay, so they follow the ways of the society to their death. Okay? So continuing. 194. Look at Psalms chapter 194. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments to Israel. The Most High have not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh, Ba'ashur Yahweh Shai. Okay, the Most High, the other nations don't know the judgment of the Most High because the Most High is not dealing with them. If you have a child, you're going to deal with your child how you please. So you'll smack your child for going off. You're not going to deal with any other child. Okay, that's why these other nations have not gone through any tribulation until the judgment that comes for them touching the apple of the Most High's eye, which is Israel. Okay, which is us. Okay, this is Colossians. This truth is out here now. When people have spoken, they understand that we're the Israelites. We're not blacks or Hispanics or Native Americans. We're actually the Israelites according to the Bible. Not those Ashkenaz Jew rats that you see in Israel today claiming to be us. Okay? This is Galatians. Book of Colossians, chapter 1, verse 26. Even the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations. Okay, and the mystery is that we are the Israelites, the so-called Negro, Hispanic, Native American, and West African man, and the true nation, true people of the Most High. We're not blacks or Hispanics, or niggers or Spits, Negroes or Nubians, or none of that. We're them sure not Africans. We are Israelites according to the Bible. Okay, from the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, that's our nationality. Okay, coming straight out of the Bible. Right. King James 1611.
When the Bible
was published. When it was published. That's basically the times when we was born.
So when you find a Bible, you have to look for the 1611.
Yeah, you want to get a bit more accuracy when you go for the 1611 because I have an older book which is 1611 which has the Apocrypha actually in it.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, because the Apocrypha is part of the Bible. But they took this part out because it exposes how they were paying up who are the called Jesus Christ to be a Caucasian man, which is Cesare Borgia.
Yeah, but that's not the only reason, because I was listening to it and there are a lot of things in it that was not appropriate for the Bible, because like the Maccabee, they were saying that to worship the dead. Okay. Yeah, so the one was telling you that they were that the Catholic is saying it's okay to, like if a person dead, you can always family member dead, you can always speak to him and, you know.
And that's what I was expressing. That's what Saul did. Remember when Saul, he wanted to get,
yeah, he went to, so the sorcerer, yeah.
So he went to the sorcerer, the witch, and he rose back up, what is it?
In somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you're not supposed to do. In the Catholics, you're not supposed to do that. But, you know where Catholic came from? Catholics came, you know about the Council of Nicaea? Yeah, in the Council of Nicaea, it's like 300 about 300. But the Council of Nicaea, about Constantine, Emperor Constantine, they gathered, it was art. that put those aspects together and created Catholicism, because Catholicism is universal. Okay, but universal is like ice cream.
And in Zedra, they're talking about, like, you can always drink alcohol and junk and it's okay.
That's contrary to Scripture. That's Catholicism.
So those are the things that's what they're saying. They didn't put those scripture in the
Yeah,
Bible.
but that's not Scripture. That's why it wouldn't be in there. What you're saying is contrary. I'll get the precept just to show you. Because you're not supposed to wake up and have strong drink like these people.
No, so that's why they're saying in Israel, it's like they were saying that it's okay to take drink. That's why they were saying that they didn't put that part of the Bible in the main.
No, that's not. Where did you get that from?
In Israel, I was listening to it.
You'd have to show that one to me.
Yeah, it's in Israel. I was listening to like, and then you can always. There's a lot of things they're saying that.
Because sometimes, remember, drink, people that rise up to drink, remember, drink in the Bible. Let me get this one first. This is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 11. Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink.
Yes.
Okay? That continue until night, until wine inflamed it. Okay? And then you have another one. It says here, they are drunk.
What is the first again?
Friends.
The next guy.
Oh, the dark skin boy. I mean, the dark skin guy.
Yeah,
So it's like, no, he's with my twin. To my brother. But we go out on alternative days. But I heard that last week, people came up to them, harassed them, and told them not to teach anymore. But me and my brother, okay, had been teaching them for about ongoing 3 years and have never been approached. Okay, we've only been out here edifying, so I don't know what happened last week. They must have watched them. And I did speak to my brother.
So he was here?
Yeah, it was exactly, this is the same place.
And they tell who harassed him? Police?
No, not police. I don't know who he was, but I've never seen him before when I watched the video back. But they kind of just forced them to kind of, but the scripture says, shake your dust off the feet. If they was to come over to me, I'll do the same thing because they can't get everywhere. And the Most High's Son will come back before you get to everywhere to see change. So it's not the word. But it's all part of prophecy.
Yeah, it is. Persecuted for righteousness.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I'm a Christian.
Exactly. It says here, they are drunk but not with strong drink. So
The Bible is small.
yeah, but it's quick to run to.
No, I mean the leaf there is like small amount.
It's like a voice in your hand. I think it's with your pocket.
So which dictionary is that? Is that the Strong?
Yeah, that's the compact Bible dictionary. The Strong's definition, you can get it online, like the blue letter. Like the blue letter definition, you can get it online. And you can get like the understanding of words. That's where you get understanding of words, and you can actually understand where, like the words that we used to know.
Yeah, I have it down low, but I want to buy it in book.
I don't know, maybe you can, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's in, if you go on YouTube, it's there. So, you see that thing, yeah? You can tell that, you know that thing, yeah? It just reminds me.
Chip.
No, that thing that is holy. You know, I was in a school, and you know this corona thing? You know they're talking about testing temperature. You know that's the same thing they're using.
That's the thermal, right?
Yeah.
Because temperature, people don't understand that wearing a mask, the body is not made to have restricted breathing.
No.
Okay? You're not supposed to be wearing a mask for hours on end.
Yes.
Okay? Because your lungs have a capacity that you need to breathe in and let go. You can't, like say that people smoke,
Yeah.
When you're smoking, you're still breathing in air.
Of course.
But when you restrict,
Yeah.
that air that you've lost is less than the air that you've taken in.
Yeah.
And so that's why people will start, like the first time people smoke, they will cough.
Yeah.
Because your body is is thinking, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
I haven't got any
Yeah,
I'm supposed to
I don't used to.
it feels like you're supposed to be exhaling instead of taking
Yeah.
So when you're wearing a mask for so long period of time, it restricts your breathing. When your breathing is restricted, your blood, it affects your blood, so it affects your immune system.
Yes.
Okay, so after all of that now, you're being hit with 5G, because I've seen some 5G towers around my area. You're being hit with chemicals in the air, which is like chemtrails, which is what's it called? I can't remember the name of the chemical, but you've been using that. So as soon as now you keep taking it off, wearing it and then taking it off, you're breathing all that stuff in, especially if you've got toxins in that.
Exactly.
So that wearing that mask for so long a time, that's breaking your body down. So that whenever they release whatever biological that they're going to release or give you that chip, that's when it can finally break you down. Most people that have gone to the hospital have not died from corona. Okay, they've only gone for like say even for your knee thing, and then because they put you under a defibrillator or they put you under what's that the air chamber? Okay, that's forcing oxygen. The ventilator. They force oxygen into your lungs. When they force oxygen into your lungs, that dries out your lungs because your lungs are on your bronchi supposed to be moist. It's not supposed to be dry. When they force air, that's what makes your lungs dry. And not only forces your lungs to collapse slowly. Okay, so and then when they turn the defibrillator off, you're they're stronger for air, and obviously they take off afterwards, and then obviously you die, pass away, and then they'll claim it as a coronavirus. But you haven't died from the coronavirus. You've died from the effects of them being negligent, okay, and forcing you to die under certain other health problems. That's why it's not making older and younger people like that. Because when you put them under the ventilator, it affects them harder. Okay, because a body like mine would fight harder to stay alive, where an older body or a younger body, depending on your diet and your health as well, you'll be able to fight as hard. Okay, so that's how it's there. But the mark of these here is that microchip, which after a while, the first stage is here, a complacency, which is wearing these masks. If you're complacent to wear these masks so easily, you're damn sure going to be complacent to take this chip when the society falls.
But it's the same machine they use it for temperature. That's what I'm saying to you.
But soon they're going to have it under your hand when the money system, collapses. Because the money system, you know about, if you know anything about the money system, real money is assets, gold, silver, whatnot. Real money is not paper, Federal Reserve notes. I'm going to tell you here, it shows you on the tenor, You read the small print. You read the small print.
What price your books, bro? Sorry. What price your books?
They're not for sale. They're for education. But you can get these books online at Amazon. But right now, I would say these books are starting to get very expensive.
Yes, of course, because of the content.
Exactly. So, and because they know that we're the ones that are buying it, they understand that we're at a deficit when it comes to buying expensive goods. But our people can buy a pair of shoes or something very easily, but they won't buy. So when we go to buy books now, because I bought these pretty early, but even this book here, like they see, it says here, I promise to pay the bearer, which is the word upper bearer, on demand the sum of £10. £10 of what? £10 worth of gold. This is an IOU note. This is not real money. That's why it's plastic or it's paper. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that is currency. So you give that to the exchange, and they give you another exchange back, which is coins or whatever. But it's bullshit. It's like, you know about the denarius and the small of Rome, and they had to keep changing the material in the denarius, and they kept losing value. That's what's going on. That's why super high inflation is coming. And these shops are going to be totally closed. The second wave. That's why they already had the second wave. Because England needs to be in line with America, which is their balance. Because America's already been saying about before the end of the year or 2021, they want to push this chip. So Boris has to come and say, we want this thing done, or we want to protect the second wave before by Christmas. So that's the only way they're saying it. But they're saying the same thing as America, because America is the beast. Well, America, and the dragon is the EU. Okay, so they're all in cahoots. You know about NATO, that's the beast, and America according to the Bible. Okay, but what is it? Yeah, when it comes to the wine also is known as wisdom or doctrine. Like this would be classed as new wine because it has been taught so long. So when our people see it now, because our people haven't been used to seeing our prophets out here for so long, the Moses used to bring out the prophets every time we went off.
So which one of the book, which one of the book you want to buy?
Yeah, now which book would you pick for?
All of the books.
All of them? Yeah, I would say Amazon really. Some of them, obviously they're out of stock now. This book here now, That's about £300 because I got it for about 50. You can luckily, hopefully get it for about 50 if you go on there at a good time because the prices fluctuate.
Yeah.
This book here is good because one, it has pictures in it. Now people, because they're indoctrinated with the way the society is, they need to see things to believe things. But our people naturally are faithful people.
But he who feels it knows
You know, you can go on eBay as well and get them second
He who
hand
feels it
sometimes.
knows it.
Exactly, this is a
He who feels it knows it, and it has been our life experience. How come what you can relate to your own
because
experience?
they become carnal. They become taught, you know, carnal, isn't it? It means that you have to touch it in order for you to like Esau, like Esau. They don't believe in the Most High. They don't have faith or anything. The only reasons why the other nations have faith in some sort of culture is because they've learned from us. But originally, they understood that
Are they not the Gentiles?
yes, but they're the original Gentiles. The second Gentiles would be our people that are not carrying the customs or following the heritage of our nation. Like when I went to Jamaica, my father is Jamaican. Okay, he's dark skinned as well. My father is Jamaican. When I went to Jamaica, I would be classed as a Gentile because I didn't carry the customs of a so-called Jamaican. I was basically an English boy. They called me English because obviously I dressed like an English boy. Obviously this is London dress, like tracksuit whatever. So they call me English. I'm English.
But the prevailing custom of Jamaicans are Gentiles.
No, but
Because the churches have been given, because the churches, Gentile churches, Gentile doctrines have been here ever since
So,
but on the surface, I would be classed as a Gentile because I'm not carrying their customs. You understand what I'm saying? Even though I told them that my father's Caribbean, straight Caribbean, because I don't carry their customs, they would see me as a Gentile. But a Gentile originally is the other
so
nation.
are we the Israelites?
We are the Israelites by lineage.
By who? From who?
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, and then you come through your father's line. So whoever your father's line is, that's who you are. Okay?
From Isaac, Abraham, and Jacob. So what about Noah and his sons?
Yes, you know what? Okay.
Because remember, we are from Noah's sons.
Thank you, brother.
Exactly, yeah, that's
We are from Noah's sons.
yes, exactly. So yeah, we know this.
Because we are not from Abraham.
No, we are from Abraham.
No, not Abraham. Sorry, we are not from Adam and Eve.
No, we are.
No, but that generation of Adam and Eve was wiped out. And then now become Noah and his son. That's how we come back, isn't it?
Yeah, we came up.
Remember, that generation was wiped out. Remember?
Yeah, because it was Adam, and you have
Yeah.
Cain and Abel. And Cain killed Abel.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they had Seth.
Yeah.
Seth came from Noah. Came
Noah.
from Seth.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, and that's how it came to Shem.
Yeah.
But now today these.
But remember, all of those generation was wiped off from the face
Yeah,
of the earth.
after Seth,
Yeah.
and then Noah
And
was
then
the
when
progenitor.
Noah, now we come back from Noah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now was the progenitor of all the races.
Yeah.
So we all go back to Noah.
Yeah.
But we're not all the same nationality. Because we come from Shem. The real Hermetic Africans come from Ham. And Japheth are the ones that are like the Seminole Indians. You know about the Aborigines and people like that. They were the ones that was ruling Europe before, even before we were.
So we black people are we the true Israelites?
We're the real Israelites. Yes. We're not. Everybody's a Hebrew, but not everybody's a Hebrew.
Israelites,
Okay,
yeah.
that's the thing. Because you have Hebrew. I got a poster coming out.
So who are, you know the Jewish them? They're just Hebrews. Jewish them are Hebrews.
No, so which one? The Ashkenaz, Amalek.
Yeah, you know, for example, those in
Those
Stanford.
Caucasians you picked up.
Those in Stanford.
In Stanford, they're Amalek. They're the ones that
Who are the ones who crucified Christ?
no, we're the ones, our people crucified him. It was Pilate that put him on the and Pilate gave the order to put him on the cross. And it's our people that gave him up.
The Israelites.
Yes, it's our people that gave him up. They're Stephen Edomites. You see like Herod. You know Herod?
Yeah.
Herod was a dark-skinned Edomite. He was a chocolate-covered Edomite. So say
Yeah,
that
but Pental Pilate he worshipped Ham and say he's not going to be a part of it.
yes,
So
but
he
he
sent
was a
him.
part because he gave the order. Remember they said
Yeah, he gave the order, but
Barnabas or Yahushua.
yeah, and he said,
Yahushua.
yeah.
There was all people that when they killed because was not everybody of our because most of our audience, elected few of us, was sanctioned in order to believe that he was Yahweh Shai, which was our Savior. But
So
the original,
wasn't it not the Jewish land?
no, they had no part.
Wasn't the Jewish land?
When you read it was where the original. But where the ones that didn't come to Yahweh Shai, because they didn't believe so they thought it was black people. Like the Sadducees and Pharisees, they were stuck with people in the law and stuck in the Old Testament. So when he came, they just looked at him as
But you know you have two different Jewish, yeah? You have the Orthodox and you have the...
Orthodox just means like strict measurement, keeping the law.
So you know the one in Sanford there, are they the right Jewish?
No, and I'll show you why. This is
So who's the right Jewish?
we are. I'll prove it to you.
We are Jewish.
Yeah, we are the real Jews.
We are, I mean, black Jewish.
No, we're not black Jews. We're Israelites.
Israelite.
Because black. My garment is black. We're different shades of black. Okay?
So how much set of Jewish people you have?
One second, let me just let's find out who the Jews are. Psalm chapter 50.
Because I was doing a research and they said there is two different types of Jewish. One that believe in Jesus, the Son of God, and one that doesn't believe that Jesus is the Son of God.
Yeah, those are the Pharisees and the Sadducees. But
they're Jewish.
They was our people. They wasn't Jewish, they were Israel. When you hear about the Pharisees,
The Pharisees and the Sadducees,
yes,
are they Israelites?
They're our people, but they're the ones that say today, the Pharisees and Sadducees would be like the Christian church or Islam. But our people that are in that church, not the Arabs or the Edomites or other nations, but our people that follow that. Like remember, not every one of the Sadducees.
But listen, when Jesus said he come to deliver his people, his Israelites, who was he talking to?
It was mainly talking to the elect of Israel, because not all of our people are going to be saved.
You know when he said that, the lady said, he said she can't throw the bread to the dogs.
Yep.
And she said even the dog eat from the
Yeah,
master's
it comes to the
table.
master's table.
Yeah, so he was talking about the Gentiles and the Israelites,
Yeah,
right?
he was talking about the heathens, like for instance,
So I mean, alright,
some heathens
cut long story short, who was in Egypt as slave? As in, who was those Israelites in Egypt and in slavery? Who was those Israelites? Was it us? Was it us?
remember, Moses was considered.
So if it was us, how come when he's talking about, so the Pharisee, if you say the Pharisees is us, I don't understand that.
I got. Let me first prove the Israelites off. This is Psalm chapter 50 verse 5. It says, "And gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice." And we made a covenant with the Most High by sacrifice.
The Israelites.
But how? Through Moses, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When Moses went up to Mount Seir, right? This is Exodus chapter 12,
Yeah.
verse 24. 24 verse 12. And Yahweh said unto Moses, "Come up to me in the mount and be there. And I will give thee tables of stone and a law and commandments which I have written that thou mayest teach me." Okay? So that's the covenant which we made with the Most High Yahweh, not any other nation. And so the Most High has not dealt with any other nation, even up to this day. That's why the other nations have not felt the wrath of the Most High and the judgments yet. Because the Most High will do that. If you have a child, he's your child. If his friends come along and do something wrong, you're going to correct your child. You're not going to correct anyone else's child because it's your child. That's what I'm saying. So the Most High correcting us, punished us for growing up because we're his children. He hasn't dealt with the other nations yet because he's waiting for other nations. He's waiting for them to get to the heat of their sin so that he can wipe them out completely or judge them completely. It says here, 2 Maccabees chapter 6 verse 12. Now beseech, which means to beg or to plead, with those that read this book, which is us, because we're the ones who write. We're the ones that are supposed to read this book, that they be not discouraged for these calamities. And the calamities that we went through was slavery, being sold on auction blocks.
Amen.
Exactly. And what is it? The things that we go through as a people. Okay, our women not being in order. Okay, rising up against their men. Okay, our men not being in order. Okay, because in order for the woman to be in order, our men have to be in order so that the woman has something to lead right. Because the woman is supposed to be governed. The woman has no reign to be book, which is our people, because this book is only for us, okay? So the Negroes, Black Native Americans, and West Africans, that they be not discouraged for the calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction, so it's not for to destroy our people, okay? But for a chastening of our nation. A chastening is correction. You chastise your child when he goes off, right? Because we went off from the Most High. That's the reason why we're in this slavery. That's the reason why we're under these curses in Deuteronomy. For it is a token of his great goodness when wicked doers are not suffered or allowed any long time but forward punished. So when you went off as a child, your parents are straightly correct, right? They're not going to allow you to continue the wickedness so that you get to an age now where you can't even be told what to do. Okay, that's what the Most High has done with us. He's correct. So that's what our people still want to live it up and still want to have a way in this society where they feel they don't want to be correct. So they feel like they have a reprobate spirit. They don't want to be correct. Okay, they want to be this lesbianism stuff in this place. All this wickedness.
It's how much?
Which one here? They're not for sale, but you can get them on Amazon. Yeah, but I can't.
Nigeria.
Sorry? Yeah.
Nigeria is where you're from, yeah?
No, I'm not Nigerian. My father's Nigerian.
Yeah, yeah.
What, you Igbo, Yoruba?
So, no, Yoruba.
Is that for your father's?
I'm from the Hill State.
Is that for your father's name?
My father's side. My mom's from Uganda on the west side of Africa.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but obviously my hair's curly, I just straighten it in.
It don't matter. It all goes back to your lineage. You know, it all goes back to your lineage. When I was in Jamaica, I saw people dark like you, like him, and their hair was straight like the Indian man.
Oh, they're like West Indian, isn't it?
Yeah. Because it goes back to your lineage. So I was amazed. Because you know, I was confused. You get confused because you're looking like, I was his hair like that, but it looks like me. You know what I'm saying? But it's because through mixing and lineage, okay, and plus as well, the Latino Indians, the Moors, the Maroons ruled the West Indies prior to us.
Anyway, I'm going to have to love you and leave you.
That's okay, that's
But
okay.
you can tell.
Yeah, if you got YouTube access,
Yeah.
I can give you channel and stuff to watch. Like say, or if you have allocated to Great Millstone, you know that the channel, YouTube channel, Great Millstone. I'm going to write it down for you.
But he's such a good guy, isn't he?
Yeah, okay, let me finish the scripture first. It says, for not with as the other nations, whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish. So the Most High hasn't judged the other nations yet, putting us in slavery, for doing everything that they do unto us, even up to today, which will continue, because it's going to get worse before it gets better. This microchip has to come out, and this microchip, before you guys go, I have to tell you about the microchip. Before this microchip is one of the last major prophecies before World War III. Before World War III and the group starts flying, this microchip has to be mandated and enforced. They're going to have to force it on you, and then you're going to have World War III. But you're not going to have these nukes flying from